Balcony TV.
This is Balcony TV Melbourne. My name is Holly and I'm here with Albert Salt. Hello, Albert.
How you going?
How's it going?
Very well, thanks. How are you?
Awesome. I'm great.
Good to hear.
Playing a track for us today?
Yes, new one called Plague of Doubt.
I love how you had to give yourself a cue on the iPhone.
I'm not too sure. Yeah.
When you're ready, man, go for it.
Cool, sounds good.
The place and rewind, free my focus, optics fading, each pronouncement made right at the time, grows past, grows wrong, cause we're not that good at looking onward and knowing how we'll feel. A plague of doubt strewn through our hearts, one hand's black death. While we'd walk on our own, emotively we greet each other, traumatized yet not the damaged ones, much further from, cause we're not that good at looking onward and knowing how we'll feel. A plague of doubt strewn through our hearts, one hand's out of reach. Eyes upright and interest rising. We knew we only had so much time. We shared a buzz, cause we're not that good at looking onward and knowing how we'll feel. Well, the plague of doubt streamed through our hearts, one man's out of reach. Facing for assurance, there was our reason when it's our hearts that guide us here. Goodbye, no embrace, not love, no handshake, peering back in hope of your return. As well, it has, cause we're not that good at looking onward, and well, we'll be. Well, the plague of doubt strewn through our hearts as one, as one. Facing for assurance, there was our reason when it's our hearts that guide.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Albert.
Thank you for having me.
And I should introduce Lockie as well. This is Lockie, hiding behind me. And I believe this was a first today. We're going to talk about this, Lockie on acoustic. What happened?
Well, generally, Lockie plays drums for me, and we were looking for like a djembe, like a small hand drum, because it was a kind of acoustic-y set, and we couldn't use drums, so and I couldn't locate one by last night, so I kind of gave him a call, and I realised that he was a very good guitarist, and asked him to play along today.
Did you know this beforehand? That he was a good guitarist?
Yes, yeah, no, I did, yeah. We
awesome!
Yeah.
That was lucky.
Yeah.
Do you want to just hit the guitar, maybe?
Yes. Well,
You're a drummer.
Yes. You did a bit at the start, but yeah, it turned out to be good. Hopefully, I like it.
It worked out fabulously. It's awesome. So we were talking before, Albert, about the fact that you have about 1 million shows coming up at the Toff, or maybe 5 or 6. Of course, the 20th of May is the show with Our Lives, which will be very special at the Toff. And following that is your own EP launch.
Yep, that's right.
And following that is every Tuesday after that, he has a residency at the Toff. So this is the end of May, then the beginning of June, and then the rest of June. You can see Albert at the Toff at some point. you'll find him. Yes.
We've planned on playing very different sets each time we play, so
cool.
obviously it attracts more people. So bring back some really old songs, like quite embarrassing, but I'll put a spin to it and hopefully touch them up a lot. But I'm actually going to be joined by Noah Harris, the lead singer of the McQueens, for the Ally show.
Oh, good. Yeah, that'd be great.
Kind of playing a three-piece, proper kind of thing. Yeah, so it should be good, hopefully.
So speaking of which, like if you are going to do a different format for each of the shows, and push it around a bit and experiment and sort of, I guess, challenge yourselves to doing a couple of different guises and everything. Yeah. Are you going to have something as stripped back as this kind of format where you've got like a big sound from only two of you, for example? It's really great.
I still need to use a laptop because I'd need like at least 10 people to play it without a laptop, and I just... Where's the money for that apart from
if you can't find a djembe, how are you going to find 10 people to play all the sounds?
If anyone wants to join my band, come on. Just give me a call.
There's a call out if ever I heard one. Just contact Alistair at Balcony TV.
But it should be exciting. We've got the laptop going, and Noah's going to be playing like synth and percussion and vocals as well, and he's going to be on drums. And I'm going to be doing... I don't know, a bit of everything, I guess. I'll bring back the violin for it. I just need to get a new E string. And,
you better. I got angry that there was no violin today.
Sorry. But it's really exciting. Going to be playing new songs from the EP and stuff like that. And,
definitely.
Yeah, good.
And speaking of violin, of course, you've come from a classically trained background from a very young age, I believe.
I guess. Yeah.
How did this? I'm just going to say, how did this happen to you? Like, is this something that's always interested you? Did it hit you one day that you wanted to try out this kind of vibe, or is it something that's sort of grown over time?
Well, I guess when I was a kid, because I wasn't really ever exposed to music that wasn't classical. I kind of wasn't allowed to listen to non-classical music when I was a kid, and I always was interested in composition. Then went to got a scholarship to boarding school in Melbourne, music scholarship, and then kind of got introduced to more music, and they had all the equipment there, and I started writing basic tracks on the computer, and it just kind of developed from there. And one of my friends who was in the boarding house with me, we kind of decided he'd start writing lyrics for me, and then I'd write the songs, and that's the rest is history, I guess. Yeah.
Awesome. And you were, of course, as well, Unearthed by 2011's Unearthed High.
Yes.
When you were just a spring chicken, still in high school, obviously, Unearthed High. You're in year 12 at the time. That's a pretty massive time of anyone's life, let alone something like that happening at the same time. How have you, at the risk of sounding totally cheesy, how have you sort of changed, how have things changed for you now? Like, has that given you a real kind of concrete decision in your head that music is what you want to do?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I always... wanted to do music as like my career, if that's stupid as it sounds, but after having exposure through Unearthed High and getting played on the radio, stuff like that, people eventually started developing a fan base, so people actually listen to my music now, and and I started getting gigs and stuff like that, and it's just really exploded, and I've been fortunate enough to play with a lot of different amazing artists and stuff like that through it, and
Awesome. No, it's very good to hear. We definitely look forward to seeing a lot more from you, Albert, for sure.
Thank you.
This is Balcony TV Melbourne. My name's Holly, and I'm here with Albert Salt. Balcony TV.